Hey there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and in this video I'm going to make my final. I'm in 4 swaps for Onstage, which is like Stampin' Up's convention. I signed up for 4 organized swaps, and so today I'm going to show you the last of the 4 swaps. And now all the measurements for all my swaps will be on my blog, becreativewithkathy.com, because I cut my paper a while ago. I had a crazy weekend. I was supposed to have class Saturday, and then my husband called me, tells me I'll meet you at the emergency room, something's wrong with me. And then within 3 hours, they had him in surgery, taking his appendix out. Yesterday he came home, so life's just a little crazy here. So like I said, I don't remember the measurements, but I'll have them on my gallery, becreativewithkathy.com. Okay, so this is what we're making. Let me show it. I'd really like to see what you think. This is what I originally started with, but I didn't want to tie all these little bows and try to mess with them at Onstage, so I went to this color scheme instead. Plus, I didn't like this vase as much as I like this one. Anyway, you have to let me know if you like the orange one better, or if you like the green one, or teal one, whichever this is called, better. And, I don't know, let me know which one you like better. But this is one we're gonna make, but you could see you could do this in so many different colors. Let me show you the bundle we're gonna use. I guess I'm gonna use, you're gonna watch. I'm going to do the pop-up petals. I love this little card, this stamp set. Let me show you some other things I have made with it, and it'll kind of give you an idea of what it's capable of. So in the catalog, if you've looked, or online, maybe it's online, this is one of the cards they have there. And then when you open it, it's not quite finished. I should probably maybe stamp some butterflies or something, but this was the first card I ever made. And it does, the dies cut this little pop-up in here, and cuts these little box flaps, I guess you'd call them, and all these little flowers. I don't know, it's a really nice die set that does so much than what I'm going to show you today. My card's pretty simple compared to what we could do. After I made that card, I came up with this card. I think this one's pretty cute. This one, I covered it with designer series paper. It's got those same little flaps. I have a little floating butterfly here on a window sheet. Can you see that? I don't know, I thought this card was really cute too. So like I said, so much you could do with this bundle. Oh, wait, I have one more. I think I have another one. I went to Mary's class on Friday. Told you, busy weekend, and I made another one. I'll grab that one too. This one, I tried to do something different. I don't know if you can see on this one, I have a layer here. I cut the little die cut from the layer on the inside. This one, I tried to do it different, so it has a belly band. And this time, instead of cutting, this is where I cut the die from, and then I just covered it with designer series paper, but which is really cute, I think. Can you see it all in there? So I used it double, but it doesn't lay. I can't get it to lay. I don't know if I like this card or not. You'll have to let me know what you think of this one. But let me grab Mary's really quick and show you. I think they're right here somewhere. Nope, yeah, here they are. Here's what we made at Mary's class. This is a cute card too. Like I said, this bundle is really cute. Look at this. Don't you love that? What's the new pink? Strawberry slush. Cute card like this. And it opens up, and then you have that little vase in there. So that's a lot you can do with it. Like I said, we're not going to do anything fancy like that today. We're just going to make this simple card here using this bundle. The one thing I did do was cut, and if you watch my videos, you saw on Monday, I cut all these little frames out using this great big die from the Gallery Blooms die, and this die cuts out 3 frames. Well, really it cuts out 2 frames and then the inside. So if you saw, I think I have that card here. No, maybe I don't have that card here. Where's that card? I'll show you that card that I made. You're probably thinking, come on, Kathy, get it together. I'm trying really hard to get it together. Okay, let me show you the card that we made last Monday. It looked like this, and that's where we use the bigger frame. Now we're going to use the smaller frame, and then the inside I just used to cut these little tags here. So there you go. Now you know how I got my frames. I did take a piece of Pool Party. Now I know the measurement of this one. This is just your simple layer, 5 1/4 by 4, and I ran it through the embossing folder, the eyelets embossing folder. So we have that done too. And I think that's all. No, and then you can see my little bowl here. I took my bows. Now this, I showed you before, see if I can find that, is from the, it's stuck. There we go. It's from the Easter basket dies. So that's where this little bow right here came from. It's cut out of Pool Party also. The little vase is cut from these dies. And then I went ahead and cut a bunch of little white of this with the dies. And the reason I cut them first is because you can run 2 through at a time. When you're using an outline die like this, you can run your cardstock through 2 sheets at a time. So I did that with my frames. I did that with my vases. I did not do that with my bows, but I did it with all my flower arrangements. And I'll show you what those look like. Right now they just look like a blob. But when you can run it through 2 at a time, it saves a lot of time. And when you're doing a bunch of swaps like I am, you try to save as much time as you can. Okay, first thing, card base. I'm gonna just take that. I've scored it at 4 1/4. Whoops, I want the bump on the inside. So I'm gonna take, this is basic gray. So I'm gonna just take and find the bone folder. Oh, all my stuff is packed from when I went to Mary's class, so we'll have to use slim pickings here too. Okay, then I'm gonna take my Pool Party that's embossed with the eyelet folder, and I'm gonna just glue that on top. This way I won't lose any pieces and parts when it comes time. This, a little bit of glue on there. I like glue with embossing folders. That wasn't good. That way you can slide it into place and it doesn't smash the embossing that you just did by pushing on it with the tape runner. Okay, I gotta get rid of this glue on my finger, and I'm tempted to wipe it on my pants, but I really don't want to. Let me find a scrap of paper. Okay, here we go. I wonder if I need that. I might need that piece of scratch paper. Oh, now my finger's gonna be all sticky. It's gonna be great for the video. Okay, then I have a piece of white here, and this piece of white is just a little bit smaller than my frame. So I don't know, I guess I could measure it here and see. I think it's 2 1/2 by 4 1/4. There we go. And now I'm gonna just put a little bit of glue around my frame because I'm gonna pop this all up together, and we might as well just put that piece of white right there. We won't lose that either. There we go. Really, we're moving quite along. I'm going to put this onto my card with dimensionals. Let's see if I haven't run out of dimensionals too, huh? Whoops, too many there. That's all right, I have more dimensionals, trust me. Dimensionals is something I make sure I never run out of, because how can you live without them? Let's cut these little edges and use those. See, this dimensional should have went there, but since he's stuck down where I didn't want him, he's gonna stay there. Okay, put my cover back on there. Which way did it go? This way? I am not, like I said, I think my husband's surgery threw me off, and so it'll be interesting today. Who knows? Okay, got that centered. Now it's all ready to go. Let's go ahead and do our stamping. Okay, so I have a piece for the inside. This is just basic white, 5 1/4 by 4. I know that measurement. And I have, oh, my pieces are here. We're gonna stamp on this here. Now, when I do something like this, I do cut a couple extras, because if you're cutting 2 at a time, it makes it more simple. Is that the right term? So, and if I happen to mess one up, because trying to line them up. In fact, I'm going to start doing this at my class and die cutting like this, and then you just stamp on there, and then I think it's going to move my classes along a little faster too, and they'll just smooth along. Okay, since I have basic gray as my card base, I'm going to use basic gray, which usually I would use black memento, but basic gray cardstock calls for basic gray ink. And I think I told you this in the last video, basic gray really stains your stamps. So if you don't like stained stamps, don't use basic gray, use the black memento. I might get my head in the camera because I'm going to kind of look through it and hover over it. You notice I have a dark matte underneath my white so I can see better when I'm trying to line it up. But really it's not too hard to line up. So I just hover over it and then find where it goes, kind of like two-step stamping, only we're just this first stamp on our little, oh, and look, I did pretty good. So there's step one. Now we're done with the basic gray. I'm going to bring in some Daffodil Delight, and we're going to two-step stamp those flowers. Now with the flowers, I don't know if you can tell from my video, but this one here on this side seems to be more of an oval. So when you're looking through your stamp, find the one that looks more of an oval on the inside, and that makes it a little bit easier to line up. And now I'm going to look at the inside of my flowers as I try to line it up, get those lined up first, then line up my petals, and then I can usually get those pretty good. Now, like with all stamp sets, practice probably the better, and trying to do it on camera, although dang, I did pretty good there too. Woohoo, it's going to be a good stamping day. Okay, we're done with Daffodil. Now we're going to bring in Pretty Peacock. And I'm not even going to stamp on my flower with Pretty Peacock. I'm going to stamp on the inside of my card. And I have the words from the stamp set that say, what's it say? Grateful for your friendship. I thought that as a swap would be good because I love all my demonstrator friends. That's what I decided on. So we're going to stamp that just here on the inside. Did I say that was Pretty and Peacock? Yes. Love the font. And this stamp set with the words like that is very user friendly. It's not hard to get them straight or anything. Okay, now we have Pool Party here, and I have that itty bitty little butterfly, which you have to use on a card because he's stinking cute. So we're going to stamp him there and there. Nice. And then the inside of our flowers, we're going to use Pool Party too. So there again, I'm going to look for the one that's like an oval. This one to me is more oval than the other one. And then I can line it up. Just kind of hovers my head in the camera. Sorry about that. And then stamp that down. And look how cute. So far, so good, right? Now to color my leaves and to coordinate all my colors, I'm going to use Stampin' Blends. And I think this is the, let's get a piece of scratch. Oh, I threw my scratch paper away because I had glue on my fingers. I'm going to get another piece of scratch paper here. Maybe they're stuck together. Okay, and see, I have two, look at my Pretty and Peacock Stampin' Blends don't even match, but one is dark. No, these both say light, so I guess we're going to use light. Let's see, that one's really light. So let's see if this one's a little bit darker. I think one, they're both pretty dark, or light. Nope, you know what, I'm going to use the brush tip. See if that's a little bit darker. There we go, that's more the color I want. So I'm going to just lightly color in all those little leaves. There's not a stamp for this, but to color those leaves doesn't take very long. So there, just like that, we have our flowers ready. We have all of our stuff stamped. Let's go ahead and assemble our card. So I got my little vase here. Now this, oh boy, I hope I can remember. Symphony, Nature of Symphony. It's a new designer series paper, and I'm sorry, we'll go to my gallery. There'll be a list of supplies that I used. You can see everything there if I say the words wrong, but that's what I cut my vase out of, was that designer series paper. So I'm going to put these together with a dimensional. Let me see if I have more dimensionals here since yep, here's some more. That's going to hold these two together. Something like that. And then just a couple dimensionals here. And a couple dimensionals here. And then we'll just lay that right there in the center of my frame. That look cute. I should say too, thanks Mary, because Mary, my stampin' buddy, I guess we'll call her, her and I kind of went back and forth to try to find the right colors and how it looked the best. And so Mary, if you're watching or watching the replay, thanks for your help too. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and put the inside in. I have a that has brand new tape, but he's working just fine. Look how smooth they are when they're brand new. Love it. Okay, on the inside. And then the last thing And oh my gosh, I don't think they're here. They should be right here, are the embellishments. And the embellishments were those trio. Oh my gosh, guess what I forgot to get was, oh, I'll just show you this one. And then the last thing I did was just stick a simple embellishment there, so it doesn't have too many embellishments, but that fit perfect. And like I said, when you go to my gallery, I don't have them here. I thought for sure they were right here, but as I look, oh yes, look, haha, yay. What are they? They're the Faceted Gems Trio Pack. And that little pool party gem, find my picky tool, fits perfect right there in that bow, just like that. So there you go. There is my final swap. So I'm going to work on finishing those today. Like I said, I have all my pieces, all my little parts cut. I just need to stamp some more flowers. I can get those swaps done. I'm excited because today, finally, I figured out what I'm going to have for my table mate gifts. Do you like to do that when you sit down to lunch and you meet a new person? Do you like to give them a little gift? I like to do that when I go to Onstage. So next Monday, I'm going to show you. They're really simple. They're really small. They're really cute. But that's what I'll show you next Monday, how I'm going to make those. And, well, while I'm at it real quick, do you want to see the rest of the cards that we made at Mary's class? They're all really cute. I like going to other people's class. You learn a lot. You find out new cards, new techniques. She gave us this because we were going to stamp on the envelope. You put this in your envelope, and when you stamp, it doesn't go through. Or maybe color. I think we were coloring with Stampin' Blends. Well, anyway, that's important. Okay, so here's this card, and it's designer series paper. And when you pull this way, look how pretty it opens. Isn't that a pretty card? I like that one. Well, they're all really pretty. And then we made this one, just a simple top fold card, perfect for the guy in my life. And then we made this fancy fold one like this. And then you could put some glue dots or tape and put the gift card here, and then it hides in there when you close it. Isn't that cute? Look at that. Whoop! Yeah. Okay, so that was Mary's class. This is my swap. Where's my other swap? Oh, well, I can't find it now. I'm too out of organism. I do want to know, though, last and not least, if you like this orange one. I liked it in the beginning, but I think I like the teal so much better, and I think it's because of that bow right there. Alrighty, if you need the measurements, once again, BeCreativeWithKathy.com, the measurements, the supply list, and the link to my YouTube video in case this video disappears off of Facebook. You can find it all there. Alrighty, thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here next Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.